Hello guys, it's Ed, welcome back to another video, and today talking about something which happened yesterday, and a lot of people would consider this a quite drastic change in my life. However, it hasn't affected me as much as I thought it would, and it hasn't affected me as much as it did in the past. Now, with the business model that I'm doing, it does have some quite big downs sometimes. So the guys that do Etsy will know what I'm talking about, and it's pretty much unavoidable to an extent. It is avoidable. However, I just need to figure out how. And of course, it's going to happen. I knew it was going to happen at some point. Basically, for the last month, everything had just been getting better and better and better and better. And I knew it eventually it'd come down, or not come down completely. They've acted like the world's ended. The world hasn't ended. But it's just like a hit, basically. It just feels like I've been shot. That's what it feels like to me. And it's gives me the opportunity to almost restart completely. Now, I think that it might be a slight positive for me that this has happened. However, I'm not sure at the moment. I'm just trying to think of the best possible. I think I'm just trying to think of the most positive way to think about it. And it has lost me a lot of money. Now, this is probably losing me, to put it into perspective, about £1,000 a week. Now, this was a store in particular which I scaled up from doing about £250 a week at the start of the year, and it was doing about £1,000 a week, and now put a lot of work into it. However, especially with print on demand, if you lose a store, you don't lose everything, because you still got the designs, you still got everything. So I haven't lost everything. Now, it's annoying for sure, and I definitely learned a lot from this process, and I've become a lot more, I don't know what the word is. I'm going to come across negatively to a lot of people, but I think I'm more stale. Now, I don't know if that's the right word to use. However, I'm less emotionally connected to my business, less emotionally connected to my money compared to like 6 months ago. Because 6 months ago, as the same thing that happened to me yesterday happened, I would literally spend maybe days, weeks, just like that, constantly just feeling like want to kill myself. And that was because I was so emotionally attached to the money that I was making, and I didn't really think about the positive things. And especially because of the business model which I was doing in the past, you couldn't really learn as much on Etsy. Whereas now I've learned so much in the past probably 4 months, and I've just proven to myself that almost like I can do it. I've scaled these stores, and these stores are doing well now. And I'm just slowly getting better and better at what I do, and that's what it feels like. But of course, there's going to be a point where, as in any business model, you're going to go down, and it's not going to be all up and all good. You're going to go down eventually. There's going to be ups and downs. You can't keep going up in business. You have to come down eventually. There has to be something that's going to bring you down. There's going to be problems. There's going to be small problems. There's going to be big problems. And to be honest, at the moment, I'm not super sad. I don't feel like crying. I don't feel like, I don't know. I don't feel angry at all. I sort of just feel almost like I've taken a bullet. That's what I feel like. And it just feels like, it makes me feel a little bit numb when I think about it. However, I have to think of the positive side of things. Now, as I said as I said in one of my videos before, I should probably rewatch that video, because that video is going to help me at the moment. It's how do you keep working even when you don't feel like it? Now, there's a couple of things that could definitely help me out specifically now, because I've just started moving my chair. What the hell? I forgot I had electric chairs in this vehicle. But anyway, I've also lost my car keys down the side of my chair, and yeah, whatever. Anyway, I'm much less emotionally attached to my business, and I think that's a huge positive, because before I'd literally be like weeks of low output after something like this happening, because I just think about it. I think about it so negatively. Whereas now, even today, I've got a lot of work done. Even yesterday, I got a lot of work done. Still, I'll just keep going. That's it. Simple as. There's not much you can do apart from just keep going, keep pushing forwards, and yeah, that's it. Simple as. However, if I want to think about the positives, because I think it's always good to spin or try and create a positive twist on something negative that happens, I think of this as being quite a big opportunity for me, because my goal is to scale to 100k a month before the end of the year, mainly being November. I want to hit 100k in the month of November, and a lot of people think this thing that's happened, losing £1,000 a week, hasn't helped me. For sure, it hasn't helped me in the short term. However, what it has done is it's basically freed up about 3 hours of every single day. Now, I've got an extra 3 hours of every single day that I've got to find something to do in, because I'm not doing store misc, I'm not managing a store. I've just got three free hours now to do whatever I want. Now, I think this is going to be huge for my goal of hitting 100k a month, because what I can do in this time, this free time that I have, is just think about and plan for the stores that I'm going to make. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to delay working on new stores for a little bit, so I can get all the niches and all the stores ready that I need to sell in. So let's say I said in my video, in my last video, make sure you go watch it if you are interested in Etsy. It's going to help a lot of people out. But my plan is to have 7 stores, and these 7 stores will be listing 5 items a day. And for these 7 stores, they need to do like 15 grand a month each by the time we get to November. However, that's besides the point. The point is that I could be focusing on 4 stores and make sure all the 4 niches, all the 4, like everything that goes into creating a store is ready before I start my next store. And I think that's what I'm going to do with this spare time, because if I start another store, it's going to slowly chip away at my time that I have in the day, and I've only got X amount of time in the day, as with everyone else. I have to manage this time as best as I can and try and make the most of it. And that's what I think I'm going to do. So I can think of this as being extremely positive. I think this could actually hugely benefit me, because now I've got 3 hours. Now I can basically plan a lot better. I've got loads more time to actually think and reconciliate. Reconciliate, is that a word? Don't know. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, that's my day. That's yesterday. Full documentation of everything. And it's basically like a restart. It's going to be basically building up everything from 0 to 100k a month by the time I hit November. Now, it's definitely not at 0. However, it does sort of feel like that, because it's quite a considerable chunk of my income. But yeah, there you go. Ups and downs, story of business, and you just got to keep going. You just got to keep pushing. Is what it is. I'm just going to keep thinking about my goals. I'm not going to reach my goals if I just sit around and cry, or not literally cry, but think about and dwell on the fact that something bad's happened. I've got to keep pushing. I've got to keep going forwards. Maybe this is going to negatively impact me in the short term. However, I've got to think about my goals for the year. My goals for the year, 100k a month in November. That's something that I need to hit. And how am I going to hit that? Good planning, good execution. Planning is probably more important than the execution. Execution is easy. Just takes time. Thank you for watching. Guess I'm going to document more of my journey, building up everything from 0 to 100,000 a month now. And subscribe if you find me interesting, and drop a comment of what you think of this type of content. And see you guys in the next video. Have a good day. Enjoy the day. Be positive. You're alive. That's the most you can wish for.